If you have an HVAC or plumbing business, you have to be advertising on digital. Google is all about demand. People are looking for your HVAC service. They're looking for your plumbing service. Water coming down, leaking into their living room, or their HVAC unit is off and they're like sweating bullets, dying of overheating, and they need your service today. We want to capture that demand, and the best way to do that is Google. It's so much easier to scale Google Ads. We just get companies that are like, hey, we're at $10,000 a month. Okay, now we're at $15,000 a month. Can we spend $40,000 a month in this area, Sam, and still be profitable? That's a much easier game. What's going on, you beautiful people? How you doing? If you have an HVAC or plumbing business, you have to be advertising on digital, right? Like I know like this shouldn't be a new concept, but it still is. Like I was just talking to a company the other day. They're like 1.5 million. They were at 2.5, but they didn't do any digital, right? They did mailers, they did word of mouth, they were on some Facebook groups, all good things, all things that you should be doing, but they didn't attack digital. So a PE firm came in and did some Google Ads and took over a decent chunk of that market, which took down what he was able to do. So now he's scrambling and he's coming back and he's trying to go after it. So like, yes, digital is it's all about demand, right? Specifically, right? You could do Facebook ads, right? It's about getting in front of the right market in the right time. But Google is all about demand. And that's capturing demand. People are looking for your HVAC service. They're looking for your plumbing service. They have water coming down there literally like leaking into their living room, or their HVAC unit is off and they're like sweating bullets, dying of overheating, and they need your service today, right? So we want to capture that demand, and the best way to do that is Google. And there's a couple different ways you can do that. You can do it from a paid standpoint, and that either gets categorized into LSA and Google Ads, or we can do that from an organic standpoint, and that gets categorized into GMB, Google My Business, Google Business Profile, or SEO and content. And that's usually what we want to do. We want to take up as much real estate. So when someone searches for HVAC companies near me, that you take up as many of those spots as possible. And so really, like, one reason that you should be running digital marketing in 2024 as an HVAC or a plumbing company is a defensive campaign. Like, you want to make sure that you are taking a share in the market, and that no one can just like jump in and take over a percentage of that market. Second reason is because there's so much demand. There's so many people looking for what you do. We want to make it as easy as possible for them to come buy your service. They want your service. They need your service. So all we have to do is make it easy for them to click your ad, come to your website, and then give you a call, right? Like, make it easy. I like to say it's like taking a thirsty horse to water. You're not trying to convince people that they need your services. You're just trying to make it as easy as possible for them to find you. And the best way to do that is to own the Google search, right? Anything inside of Google search, we want to own that. And the third reason why you want to be advertising on digital right now is because of scale, right? Like, at some point, you can only be in so many places. You can only be in so many Facebook groups. If you start getting big enough, you could hire somebody to take over all those Facebook groups, but that's going to take a lot of their time. It's so much easier to scale Google Ads, right? Like, we just get companies that are like, hey, we're at $10,000 a month. Okay, now we're at $15,000 a month. Can we spend $40,000 a month in this area, Sam, and still be profitable? That's a much easier game than going like, well, hey, we're in 10 Facebook groups. Okay, now we need to add in another 10, so I need to go hire somebody else. Google Ads is like literally just spending more. And you get more. As long as that cost per lead holds, you should be good. And then the last one would be dominating that market. I know I kind of mentioned that in the first one, but it's more of a defensive. Like, hey, make sure that you're capturing enough so that somebody can't just come in and hurt your business. The next is like, hey, if you want to go take over a market and completely own it and win at it and grow and make sure that you take over that, like, that's the easiest way, is via digital means. So if you're not doing anything digital, let me know. That's literally what I specialize in. I'm so good at it, and I would love to do it for you in your company. So servicescalers.com, throw in some time on my calendar. Would love to have a conversation about how we can grow your plumbing, HVAC, home service, roofing, windows, glass, signs, so many different companies that we're working with, helping them grow. Would love to help you. So thanks. Cheers.